So I know what y'all are going to say. I do have a problem when it comes to pulling rusty stuff out of the woods, and rust revival has struck again, actually. So let me show you what I've drug out now. It has an ultimate purpose, but it's going to create a good tractor for somebody if they would like a little garden tractor in the future. So let me show you around. All right, so this tractor was purchased by my grandfather, and my father used it, and I have used it to do the garden, and runs great. The only thing is this old tractor, it's in decent shape, but my father flipped it over pulling a tree out years ago, probably when he was my oldest son's age, probably 18, 19 years old. And they have, when it flipped over, of course, the sheet metal got bent up really bad. And as you can see, it's just been hammered out over time. The hood is not exactly straight. Even though everything is there and it looks pretty decent, I just never will be able to get it to pristine condition. So, with that in mind, I bought this other tractor that has excellent sheet metal on it. Everything looks perfectly straight. Even still has the screen inside. And the hood itself is perfectly straight. As a matter of fact, it still has the original John Deere on the side of the hood. There are no cracks in it. Even though it has surface rust in it, that's going to be able to be sanded and cleaned up and made real pretty. Now, as far as the tractor itself, I actually got it to fire off. I was able to get the starter to turn. The engine has 95 pounds of compression, PSI of compression on both of those cylinders. So this is going to be a perfectly running little tractor. The only problem is the starter went out on me, and I didn't crank it but maybe 2 minutes at the most, just enough to get it to fire off. And the starter bendix, which is inside this case right here, the mechanism that goes out and turns the flywheel to turn the engine over, is not coming out any longer. So I don't know if it's the brush is in the starter, or if the bendix itself is bad. But this is going to be a good little tractor. Matter of fact, it still has the original stickers on it in a lot of places. And one way that you know that a tractor's not worn out is that it actually has these little knobs still on the pedal. So even though this tractor has sat up a good bit, it has not been worn out for the most part. So my goal is to get some of the good things off this tractor, the straight sheet metal, put my sheet metal back over on this one, get this one running great, and this is going to be a wonderful little tractor for somebody who desires a garden tractor and something small that they can get around in. So, you know, keep your eyes and ears open if you know of anybody that's going to want a little small John Deere M tractor to work a garden. Like I said, the sheet metal is going to be okay. It's not rusted out. If you're not worried about something being super pretty, like, you know, I am. I'm concerned about that on mine. I want to restore it back to like new condition. But if that's not your thing, this is going to be a good running tractor for you. And anyway, I'm just throwing that out there. And anyway, I know some of you want to hear an old Johnny Pop. There's nothing like a Johnny Popper. I don't want to crank this one up for you so you can hear it. Let's get it in neutral. Turn the switch on and watch how quick this thing fires up. And I haven't run it much. I just ran it enough to get over here in the shop. But even when it's dead cold, it cranks up just perfectly. Look at that right there. only major thing I have to do to this one is rebuild the carburetor, which I have pulled off, and have the starter rebuilt. Anything past that, I think this tractor is going to run fine. And I'm just going to fix up the wiring, you know, and just straighten it up enough to where somebody can take it and run with it if they desire to make a good little garden tractor. All right, God bless, and enjoy the rust. Goodbye.